My name is Terry Ribera. I own Remington Tattoo, and today I'm here to share with you how to design a large tattoo, how to collect a large tattoo. So when we're trying to make tattoos that are logical and fill the space well, that's what we're thinking about. Where's the shoulder? Where's the elbow? Where's the bend of the arm? What muscle am I following? How am I going to fit this form so that it looks natural and intended to be there? I'm going to start out by showing the points that I look for on a person's body and the flow that I'm looking for and how I'm trying to structure the tattoo. And so when I started tattooing, a big problem that we were dealing with at the time was trying to get people to understand that if they're going to get tattooed and continue to get tattooed, there's probably a better way to approach it. People were just getting small one-point tattoos, random thing here, and then at some point they'd have so many of these little random things, they just felt like it didn't really look together. So then what they would try to do after that was put some background on it, and that didn't always work well. If anything, it just didn't work well at all. Show you how I can produce the best version of what I can make. And I'm hoping that that's what you want. You're hiring me because you like my work, you enjoy what I'm doing, and you want me to do my best on you. And the best way that I know how to do that is keep the designs simple, keep them readable, keep them so they look wonderful from across the room, and you're gonna just have a much, much better tattoo. With my first design here, the Peacock, I'm just gonna show you the rhythm lines that I set up, how I think about a composition. And this first little sketch here doesn't have so much to do with the Peacock. This is just something I did for the purpose of this video, just to show people like at least what I'm looking for. But I think a lot of other tattooers that have this similar mindset as me, what they're also looking for, these kind of breaks in the space. And typically what I'm looking for is any stopping point. So if I look at a person's arm and there's a stopping point, there's this break between these two muscles, you can see this sort of fold on the back of an arm. That's a logical place to anchor the beginning of a rhythm line, and we'll follow that down to the next break. So typically when thinking of an arm, for example, and this applies to other parts of the body as well, I'm looking for these rhythms, these breaks. And if you compose well and design an arm, for example, what you make on an arm could very easily fit on a back, it could fit on a thigh, it could fit on a rib panel, it could fit on a front torso, it can fit on so many places when designed well. Certainly, there's going to be some alterations that are going to need to be made because those body parts are all a little different. But there's a way to produce this kind of stuff in a way that I think is pretty universal and will just make your tattoos look more appealing. So hopefully you take a lot from this video and you just realize that there's a better way to design and not to just randomly place things on people with no rhyme or reason. There's a logical way to make tattoos. One of the first things that I learned when I started tattooing was what direction does the tattoo go? And I think a really easy way to think of it is everything flows in. So your back is out, your chest is in. So if everything moves from your back out towards the front, in. And it's the same thing. My back of my arm is on my back, so that means these shapes float in. My back of my arm, it faces my back, these shapes flow in. From my ribs to my front, these shapes flow in. That's the kind of composition that we're talking about. Using this kind of motion from the spine all the way out to your ribs, towards your stomach. These shapes move around and hug your body and flow in. It's just our anatomy. It's how we're already set up. Our bodies are already doing this. So what we're doing with a tattoo is we're complementing that. Because again, I don't want to destroy the shape. I don't want to destroy that human form. Because tattoos aren't just something that you get to share a personal message. It's also, and let's be honest, it's something that we do for our own vanity. This is something we do because we're trying to celebrate our bodies, trying to celebrate what's already there and enhance it, highlight it, show how unique and wonderful this body that we all have is, and create a design that just makes sense and looks natural and looks intended to be there. So hopefully you find all that interesting, and when you're collecting your tattoos, you're like, man, I want to hire someone that gets that, because I don't want to look crazy. I want to look like there's a deeper thought behind what I'm doing beyond just what the subject matter is, but the design. How is the design put together? That to me is what makes brilliant, great tattoos.